What about it, YouTube? Okay, so isn't it a little bit interesting what's going on, how the noticing is starting to become mainstream? And these outlets that were, rapidly shutting it down in the speech, right? Like you even got Zuckerberg coming out now. The guy who said, "Oh, we don't curtail free speech," is now coming out saying, "Hey, we're going to stop curtailing free speech." So you got Zuckerberg, he's getting on the free speech train. You got Elon Musk, who's being red pilled by Ian Carroll on the JQ. You got a USS Liberty survivor coming on, Candace Owens, and saying he was betrayed by the same people that betrayed Jesus Christ, and wants a debate with Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro about the conspiracy idea of the Liberty versus his account being one of the people there. I mean, I'm just saying that this is going on with Candace. Okay, so it's becoming the noticing's becoming mainstream, right? You got Glenn Greenwald getting on there with Tucker Carlson and saying, "Hey, even though I'm a J, I get called all kinds of names and hateful, anti-Semitics, or whatever, just because I might be be more for free speech and not be inclined to want to take away people's free speech." And Tucker gets on there and says, "Oh yes, I'm an American. We can say what we want because we're American, and nobody from somewhere else can tell me what to say." Oh yes, okay. So you got Tucker, you got Glenn Greenwald. I'm just saying these mainstream. You got I'm not sure how old this was, but I saw something with Joe Rogan and uh, Mel Gibson. I think it was kind of recent because it was talking about the fires. It could have been the Paradise Fires they were talking about, though. I'm not sure. But anyway, point of this is when you see the noticing become mainstream, um, there's a good and a bad aspect to that, right? Because yeah, it's necessary for the NPCs, the normies, right? The sheeple. It's necessary to get it through their heads that Zog is not your friend. Okay, that is a that is a good thing happening for all of humanity, all of the Gentiles, all of the goyim, right? It helps if the veil is taken off of their eyes, that these people are without reproach. That these people are just completely sinless. That these people are just the most philanthropic, loving, caring things that ever happened to the planet. That's why God chose them, and that you just got to get on board with that, or be called a hater and be shut down, right? It's good to have a noticing, right? And it's good that it becomes mainstream. The fear, the bad side of it is what y'all need to understand. This is a key part of this, okay? We have our rules of engagement, okay, as physical creations, God's physical creation, man. We have, right, Sermon on the Mount, Ten Commandments, love your neighbor, whatever. Okay, so like all of those things that make us us, okay, we have that, all right, and that's all of mankind. These rules may not be recognized per se by someone who's of a different background in religion, right? But the rules remain. The Your conscience remains. Thou shalt not kill transcends everything, right? So there's no one that's without that law, is what I'm saying. But there's another law that's going on, and that other law is a spiritual law. All right. So when you have something, and it's a spiritual battle ultimately that's going on. So this spiritual law is going on more than the physical law. It's just you don't recognize it as such because it's spiritual. But everything you do, every interaction you have has a spiritual context to it. Your intentions in the interaction, the other person's intentions in the interaction, um, there's a dynamic spiritual thing going on, and if I'm bamboozling you and I don't ever tell you that I'm bamboozling you, then I carry that karmic debt. I pay that spiritual price. But if somewhere along the way I tell you, I disclose to you what I'm doing to you, and you accept it, then you pay that debt, not me. Okay? So it's very important to pay attention to that. So, if they talk about this in narcissism and the trauma bonds and the codependency, right? So if you're in some kind of an abusive relationship with a narcissist, you'll notice that they will start telling you what they intend to do, or sometimes just explicitly, and then make you accept it, make you have to decide if you're going to listen to it and react to it to protect yourself or not. Are you gonna sacrifice yourself to the idea of this relationship you have? That's what they're testing you with. And if you decide, yes, I will sacrifice myself for this thing, then you carry that karmic debt. You carry that. You will pay that spiritual price, not them. Okay, so be aware of that. So as the noticing happens and as this becomes mainstream, the reaction to it can't just be, okay, yeah, they told us, see, they told us, and now we just, march up to the guillotine and right? There has to be a the shock of the conscience, and the reaction ultimately needs to be sufficient enough that it is annihilated and shut down forever. It's either going to be Amalek gets destroyed, or this idea of destroying Amalek gets destroyed. And you're going to be the one that decides. You're going to be the one who you're going to be the one who carries the debt of destroying yourself if you're not careful. All right, that's it. God bless.